Hello and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. This evening we want to go through a late great man we must never ever forget, among one of the many heroes that Africa has, that the West keeps trying to make us just not look at what they, their legacy. Instead, we are being told to remember wars that have subjugated Africans, oppressed Africans, and indeed wars that meant they were carving up Africa for themselves at our expense, and not remembering what the role we Africans played. But it really doesn't matter now. It's time for Africa to rise. We need to unite. We must unite. The video you're about to see here is of the speech made by Patrice Lumumba, but I want you to listen to the words of a king of Europe. Many of us have missed it. King Baudouin. I'm going to pause it when it gets there, and we need that guy's words to be put out for the world to see. We need to make sure that his legacy, his family pays, because he was supporting the killings of 10 million people done on African soil by Leopold II. The blatant, overt, covert racism. And ultimately, this man put in motion the steps they took to kill late, great Patrice Lumumba. May so rest in peace. Let's listen.
In June 1960, the Republic of Congo, modern-day Democratic Republic of the Congo, celebrated its independence from Belgium with King Baudouin of Belgium in attendance. During his address, King Baudouin expressed admiration for King Leopold II, despite the fact that Leopold's rule resulted in the deaths of over 10 million Congolese people. He suggested that the Congolese should not make any changes to what Leopold II had done for the country unless they were...
Did you hear that? He said that we should not make any changes to what the King Leopold has done for the country. So they should continue with the killings. No apology for 10 million people killed. King Baudouin, European. I want you to remember those words. These are things that people are not picking up, that we haven't picked up. We need to pick it up. We need to really use that. That man in the picture, King Baudouin, I'll be doing a special expose about the things that he's done as well in many respects. But let's just, you'll be hearing again. He's saying that we should continue with the work that Leopold did, which is to continue the killing of Africans on African soil. Can you imagine this nonsense? Can you imagine this nonsense? Listen on.
Certain they could do better.
L'indépendance du Congo
Listen.
constitue l'aboutissement de l'œuvre
The task is the result of task received by genius. And who is the genius?
conçue par le génie du roi Léopold II, entreprise par lui avec un courage tenace et continuée avec persévérance par la Belgique.
Wow.
Elle marque une heure décisive dans les destinées, non seulement du Congo lui-même, mais je n'hésite pas à l'affirmer, de l'Afrique tout entière.
King Baudouin's remarks were deep.
Can you imagine that? Let's listen again to that section. Because he was praising Leopold. Listen to that section. Listen to that space. 1 second. It's shocking. It is shocking beyond words, and that's why I'm trying to highlight that. 1 second. Now let's listen again. Here we go.
Entreprise par lui avec un courage tenace.
By him. So who's him? Who's him? Who's him? On African soil, you are praising a butcher. Wow.
That the Congolese should not make any changes
Now,
to what
listen
Leopold
closely.
II had done for the country, unless
Who
they
killed
were
10
certain
million
they
people.
could do better.
L'indépendance du Congo
Depends on Congo.
constitue l'aboutissement de l'œuvre conçue.
King Leopold. I don't know if you can see in the middle there. Let me just say, I want you to see it. I want you to just see that section. Can you see? So let me just, I want you to see, it's, it's the genius of Leopold. What is genius in Leopold killing 10 million people? Huh? Here we go. Listen.
Conçu par le génie du roi Léopold II. Entre
See that? I want you to see that bit. I'm going to freeze frame that. I want you to really, this is quite, now, this is a king of Belgium, literally celebrating,
constitue l'aboutissement de l'œuvre conçue par le génie du roi Léopold II.
So he celebrates Leopold. Words fail me. Words fail me. But let's listen on.
Entreprise par lui
Courage and
avec un
tenacity.
courage tenace.
1 second, please. 1 second. I want to do something quickly. Yes, you can see in the picture there, that is King Leopold, the butcher. He butchered 10 million. Just to emphasize the point, I want you to be watching the picture and listen to the words of this man. This is the man, King Leopold is a butcher who butchered 10 million Africans. And watch this. And listen to how the cognitive dissonance that is taking place in the mind of Baudouin. Obviously a king, obviously it must be connected, they must be related. For his praising his own granddad for the butchering of 10 million Africans. Words fail me. Let's listen again. And I'll pause it when it gets to the point he's praising him. I'm gonna pause it there. Here we go.
Du Congo constitue l'aboutissement de l'œuvre conçue par le génie du roi Léopold II. Entreprise.
See that? I'm going to just take it back because it is shocking. It is shocking beyond words. So, the result of the genius by King Leopold. So, what is genius in killing 10 million Africans, taking our resources? What is genius about it? I want to know. This man's legacy, the King Baudouin's legacy, must be questioned. The family are saying sorry, but that legacy, they need to pay compensation, reparations. And we must, as Africans, we need to stand together. We must stand together. This is not acceptable at all. I wanted to just hear that in context of, I've got the picture of the butcher of Belgium. The guy who, the butcher that comes from Belgium, King Leopold, butchered 10 million Africans. And they're still hailing Belgium as a civilized nation or whatever. Murderers. This man is nothing but a murderer, but is hailed. But no, you can't mention in the name of the other one that did butchering in Europe. And we're told that is the worst one ever. So that proves that they don't value the lives of Africans. You don't value the lives of Africans on African soil. Leave us alone. We need to be on our own. We need to be in Africa on our own soil without interference from you. We don't want to interfere in Europe. You guys have done enough damage to us in Africa. Continue to do so till this day. Listen on.
Constitue l'aboutissement de l'œuvre conçue par le génie du roi Léopold II. Entreprise par lui avec un courage tenace et continuée avec persévérance par la Belgique. Elle marque une heure décisive dans les destinées, non seulement du
Marks a destiny, decisive destiny. Really.
Congo lui-même,
See?
mais je n'hésite pas à l'affirmer, de l'Afrique tout entière.
King Baudouin's remarks were deeply patronizing and
Offensive.
considering the brutal suffering endured
Exactly.
by the Congolese people
There you go.
under King Leopold II's regime. However, when Prime Minister Patrice Lumumba took the stage, he made sure to challenge the king's perspective
Rest
and
in
prevent
peace,
him from
Patrice
having the
Lumumba.
final say.
Salute.
Combattants de l'indépendance,
Salut.
aujourd'hui victorieux, je vous salue au nom du gouvernement congolais. À vous tous, mes amis, qui avez lutté sans relâche à nos côtés, je vous demande de faire de ce 30 juillet 1960 une date illustre que vous garderez ineffaçablement gravée dans vos cœurs, une date dont vous enseignerez avec fierté la signification à vos enfants, pour que ceux-ci, à leur tour, fassent connaître à leurs fils et à leurs petits-fils l'histoire glorieuse de notre lutte pour la liberté. Nous avons connu les ironies, les insultes,
Yes, ironies and
les coups
insults.
que nous devions subir au
Subject to
matin,
beatings, morning, noon, and night.
midi et soir,
Still goes on.
parce que nous étions des nègres.
Exactly.
Qui oubliera qu'à un noir, on disait tu,
Yes.
non certes comme à un ami,
Yes.
mais parce que les vous honorables étaient réservés aux seuls blancs.
Exactly.
Nous avons souffert dans notre corps, dans notre esprit de l'oppression colonialiste.
Read those words, please.
Tout cela est désormais fini.
King Baudouin was displeased with Lumumba's speech, and it marked a turning point that sealed Lumumba's fate. A few months after his ouster, Lumumba was assassinated with the assistance of the United States Central Intelligence Agency, CIA.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we keep talking about. And this is why we make these particular statements. And we're saying to you, we must, as Africans, we must what? We must unite. We must unite against those who oppressed us in our own land. We're not saying to go to Europe or anywhere else and take over and no. We're saying in Africa, we have a large enough continent for all of us as Africans to grow, reach our true potential within Africa. For the coming generation, we must do this. We must do this. The oppression has gone on long enough. We need to support 1,000% what Niger, General Chen of Niger is doing, Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, and Amali Gauta, I think it is, of Mali, and of course Guinea. They are all speaking up as Africans. We need to support them. I just want to leave the picture in you. Look at what they did to him. These are the actions of those who are telling us about liberty and everything else. This is what they did to a great man. This is what they did to Lumumba. That's what they did. See? And stoic as he is, he did not bow, he did not flinch. He showed us that we must remain true to who we are. And the fact that they took his hand and put him in that manner is sickening and is horrifying. And we must, in his honor, work together to free Africa. In his honor, in the honor of Patrice Lumumba, Kwame Nkrumah, Sékou Touré, Thomas Sankara, and many others. Many others. Many. Steve Biko. They all believed in free Africa. We need to work towards that. We mustn't relent. And the man above me here, there's a butcher that we must rebuke, and every African must know this story. We must know the story. We must tell the story of how he killed 10 million people, because they said it in the broadcast as well, confirming as much. 10 million. I don't know what your thoughts are on this. Leave your comment. Let's hear from you. You're, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. What we're saying is, and of course, may the soul of Patrice Lumumba rest in peace. We will never ever forget the great work you did standing up for Africans. And you told us what they were doing to us, and they're still doing it as to us as Africans and on our soil. We must dismantle contraption, the nations created. We must dismantle it. And there's one more thing I want to share with you tonight, if I can put it up. And I'll probably do it again with later on. But I wasn't going to, but I felt the need to do that now. Sometimes things do come up, and you have to actually address it. And I think here's one such time. So let me see now. Okay, let me just put this up now. A second, 1 minute. Okay. Okay. 1 minute. Just give me a minute, please. Just trying to make sure it's there. Let's do this one more time. Give me a minute, please. Okay, I think, yeah, here we are. I think I got it. 1 minute, here we are. There is an unwritten language that these guys do among themselves. It's an unwritten language. So we're gonna quickly do this for you just to make sure. I want you to see that language. And this is more an unwritten agenda. It's an unwritten agenda among those who have chosen to colonize the very people who have done nothing to them. And I'll read you the words. Let me see if I can make it smaller so you can see it yourself. Let's just do this quickly. So there you go. I wanted you to see those words yourself because it's important to see the words and what it means. So you can see the hands, Africa arise, we put it there, and we stand by it, of course. We stand that Africa must rise. So we will make that just, I just wanted you to see something. So this is what it says. The continent of Africa shall be the estate of our European grandfathers and mothers. Queen Victoria, Otto von Bismarck, King Leopold, and others. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. We use the hand-picked leaders as puppets, willing tools to rule over their people in a conquered territory, and never allow them to rule over us, and never allow them to have control of their future. That is their unwritten agenda. Long ago held back in the Berlin Conference of 1884. That is what the likes of Macron and all of them, their agenda is to believe and continue to keep that agenda going. As Africans on African soil and in diaspora, it is time we come together, work together, and dismantle the European construct on African soil. Because that is the only way that we can give a bright future to the coming generation of Africans yet unborn. We must do this collectively. We must not relent. We must do this collectively. We must not relent. We must not relent. Africa must be free. Africa, arise. Africa, arise. Africa, arise. It is time to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We must work collectively together to free Africa, and let us remain committed to this, whatever our circumstances, wherever we are around the world. That must be our ultimate goal. We must commit to this. Our unity is not negotiable. Our unity is non-negotiable as Africans. That must remain the case. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear your comments. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Leave a comment. Let me hear from you. I'll come back and talk to you about the General Tiny, and you can see I've played the video of Patrice Lumumba, and I'm going to bring the two together and see the connection from Patrice Lumumba to Tiny, and everything in between has proven that we have been oppressed. We have never been free. When they say we are an independent nation, we're not. It's an illusion, and it's time Africans will wake up and free ourselves. Nobody else can free us. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Yes, that's what Bob Marley said. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, cause none of it can stop other time. How long must they kill our prophets? Whilst we stand aside and look, oh. Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing? This song of freedom is all I ever hear. Oh yeah. Redemption song. Redemption song. The song in the background says, how long we're not going to suffer? How long are we going to continue to suffer? It is time for us all now to work together. And in the words of Mali, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And we keep asking, how long are we going to suffer? For me, it should be not long. We are weak now. Africa must arise and we must free ourselves. We're not taking anybody's land. We are claiming back what is ours as Africans. Our resources have been looted day and night all over Africa. Let me say that again. Our resources have been looted day and night all over Africa. It is our role to protect those resources for the coming generations. Let me say that again one more time. Our African resources have been looted day and night. It is our job collectively as Africans to work together to ensure we put a stop to the looting and make sure that our resources benefit our people first and foremost. I don't know how you say it. Let me know. Let me hear from you. You're, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. What I'd like you to do, subscribe to Citizen AY. How do you do that? Subscribe, hit the notification button, and of course, give us a thumbs up. Move that to one side quickly. Give us a thumbs up. Help us reach more people. So one more time, subscribe. You see it come up. Subscribe to Citizen AY. Hit red button, notification, and of course, give us a thumbs up. Help us reach more people. We truly are grateful. What I'd like you to do is leave a comment, share this broadcast. You can see is one of those there. In fact, it is apt to have his picture there because the Berlin conference came around when he was there as well. And King Baudouin has his legacy is clear to us that he supported the killing of 10 million people. And there has to be reparations paid, no questions. But first of all, we get our land back first. And we have to work together as Africans. African unity is non-negotiable. It is what must happen. We must unite as Africans. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Finally, keep it locked on. Citizen AY. Thank you and bye for now.